Hi, my name is Leil Marie, and I want to talk to you today about me and about what I'm going through at the moment. I'm 25. I'm an out lesbian. I also consider myself genderqueer, which is sort of straddling the line between male and female. I identify more with my female self. As I've lived in that body for 25 years, and I don't intend to change my gender. Though I do ask that people refer to me in the plural, they, and my title is MX, which is a pretty cool title, to be honest with you. Apart from the fact it sounds like you say mix if you have to say it out loud. So there's ups and downs with that. But for somebody who's LGBTQ, I am doing quite well. Where I'm not doing quite well is in my health. I have chronic pain disorders caused by hypermobility, so I can do things like that. I do that with both arms, but it's particularly pronounced on this arm. I do that to freak people out a lot, and the whole thumb to the thing, and the fingers, it's in my arms. It's also in my back, which was aggravated by a moped accident several years ago now when I was about 18. I still want to go back on a bike. I want a motorbike like mad, but there's lots of reasons why I don't have one at the moment. But that's in the future. That's something to hopefully happen. And the other thing I suffer from is called borderline personality disorder. You may know it from the film I really like, Girl Interrupted, with Winona Ryder, who, despite her faults, I greatly like as an actress. I've liked most of the films that she's been in. But her behaviour wasn't really like somebody with borderline personality disorder, but I'll talk a bit more about that later, or not at all. You can do your own research, but basically, the other character, I've forgotten her name, and the actress, Angelina Jolie, who does a fantastic performance in my opinion, is more like somebody with borderline personality disorder with antisocial disorder as well. You can have more than one thing going on. The antisocial disorder normally affects men. So borderline personality disorder, if you've heard of it or not, it's becoming more present, I think, in the media. People are starting to be more vocal, saying they have it, campaigning to get help for it, and things like that. And that's led to things like, why the hell is it called borderline personality disorder? And that's because they used to think it straddled a borderline between a normal personality or a normal state of mind, state of mood, whatever. It's straddled between that and bipolar, because a lot of the symptoms of borderline personality disorder, even though they're unique to the individual, are similar to somebody with bipolar or manic depression, which is the less PC name. So now a lot of the psychiatrists and doctors that I've met are calling it unstable emotional personality disorder, unstable emotions personality disorder. To me, that's more of an offensive name. It's like saying, oh well, you just need to get a hold of yourself. Borderline was at least vague, whereas this sounds like what people often think it is, which is crazy bitch syndrome. Because of the way it's represented on TV and in the movies. So you've got your Bunny Boilers, you've got your Winona Ryders, you've got your Angelina Jolies, you've got all these people who are displaying the most intense behaviours in the most intense way, which isn't the same as your normal person with borderline personality disorder would go through their life, their day, their week, They will have crises, more than one crisis. They will have periods of being down, being angry, being up. They will have loads of things, and they will have those things that are affected by how they're feeling and what's going on in their life. It's not unique to having a personality disorder, and I hate that label as well. I understand why they use it, but it makes it sound like everybody else's personality is normal and mine's the one that's fucked up, or everybody's got a personality disorder are the ones that are fucked up. And it's sort of, that's a whole thing about political correctness, and maybe when I'm 80 they'll finally have like a good name for it, and hopefully by the time I'm 80, if I make it that far, I will not have it anymore, because there is now, if it's treated, a high rate of success for people with BPD. As long as it's treated and caught early. There's no medication. I do take medication for depression and anxiety, which are sort of, I know I have more outside causes of that. That is also a component of my BPD, as well as my personality. I tend to be a bit more of a pessimist. So yeah, I wanted to start a YouTube channel where I could have an open dialogue with people about lots of different things, about BPD, about depression, about anxiety, about chronic pain. It doesn't have to just be the mental health. It can even be about being gay. Are you struggling to come out? How do you come out? What do you say? What is genderqueer? How do you know if you're genderqueer? Do you shave all your hair off? Probably not. That's probably just a personal choice. And I guess it's a bit of a place for me to rant. Is too aggressive of a word. I guess it's a place for me to complain about life, about having BPD, about my regrets, about my hopes for the future. It doesn't, when I'm happy, when I'm like properly, not quite manic, but like properly happy, I love talking about what I can do in the future. I get really excited and really sort of, I can do this, I can do that. And the thing is, I can do anything apart from a few select things. At the moment, what am I doing? Nothing. I'm super bored. I'm super poor. I'm crashing at my aunt's place, which is sort of difficult when you've got something like BPD. It's difficult and helpful, but again, that's another complaint for another time. So yeah, super poor, away from the rest of my family, which sucks. Like, it's only 80 miles, because I know if you're watching this in America, 80 miles isn't that far, but in the UK, 80 miles, it's a million miles. It's a lot. It's enough, I don't drive, or ride mopeds currently, so I have to catch the train. My parents can't visit as often as they like for various reasons. That's a complicated family dynamic, but I probably won't go into that at all. Just understand that families are complicated. And that's what you really need to know about that sort of thing. Yeah, so I just kind of wanted, even if nobody sees this, if nobody asks any questions, if nobody reaches out, if nobody turns to me, if nobody listens to my rants, that's fine. I've got it out of my system. It is better than so many other ways of getting it out of my system. And that I'll probably talk about more when I talk about my regrets, but I'm sure it'll come up in other ways as well. I'm very open about pretty much everything, my sexuality, my gender, my health conditions, because I have to be. I like to go into a relationship, whether it's with a friend or a potential friend or a professional, with them knowing the lines and them knowing what to say, and I have enough to contend with that makes my day shitty without it being made shittier by the fact that I didn't tell somebody the full facts. And that has happened before. And it's been a mistake on both parts of the parties, but I feel the blame lands on me for not disclosing. So now I'm super open about everything, and I just think it would be so much better if people are open about more things. 1 in 4 people have a mental health problem, that's UK statistics, and lots of people have chronic pain disorders. That's a large umbrella term. It could be back pain, it could be arthritis, it could be fibromyalgia, which I also probably have, but it's a long thing about diagnoses and all that sort of stuff, but I can tell you I probably have it. So all of that shit lumped in a bucket, and painkillers in both the US and the UK are on a record high. I'm not talking just like paracetamol and ibuprofen. I mean like strong stuff. So personally, I'm on tramadol, but that's not enough now. So I had to be referred to start taking things like Percocet, which is on an UK high. UK high. You know what I mean, the record numbers, and I've heard that it's the same in the US at the moment. And this isn't abusing drugs, this is people who get them legally and don't, as far as their prescribers are aware, abuse them in any way. They take them as directed. Drugs are another thing that I'll get into later, but just know that even if you don't know somebody with BPD, or if somebody hasn't announced it, you'll probably know somebody with a mental health problem or will develop a mental health problem. And you probably will know somebody with a chronic pain disorder. And it can be hard, those relationships. What do you say? What can you say? What would I like to be asked if I was, having a shit day, if I was lying in bed, if I was unable to get up? What would I like to be asked? Would I like space? Would I like company? Everybody's different. And if you're struggling with something in your life, like the things I've already mentioned, you will find a way through. And you just have to trust in your friends, your faith, if you have one, spirituality. I can't say that word because of my tongue piercing, but spirituality. If you don't have a faith, maybe you just practice yoga, you do meditation, but it's not a strong belief. It's still something there holding you together. Friends, family, pets. Everybody underestimates a pet, but statistics and studies have shown that having a pet or even interacting with an animal for a small period of time can greatly improve the mood of people with mental health disorders, and also decrease the pain in people with chronic pain disorders. So don't, poo-poo them. They are part of your recovery. As for coming out, friends, family, take pride in yourself. You don't have to go around with a rainbow badge on. I choose to do that. I've got one on my bag that's very there. But I live in a very liberal city that has a annual pride and is, I believe, has the biggest gay population in the UK. So I'm not scared to do that. But always in your head, take pride of what you are. Take ownership of what you are. You don't have to look like you think a gay person looks like. You don't have to talk like you think a gay person talks like. You don't have to act like how you think a gay person acts. Just be yourself. That's all you can do, is be yourself as a person, regardless of gender, sexuality, health conditions. Always be yourself, and always find that heart of you that says, I'm tired today, I can't leave the house. Okay, what can we do? I'm good today, we can leave the house. Fantastic, where are we going? Find that. Embrace that. Love that part of yourself, because if all else turns to shit, you are the only thing you have, and that can be a heavy load unless you've practiced believing in yourself when times are better and concentrating on how you really feel at that moment in time. It is one of the most important things you can do. I don't know if anyone watched this video, probably not. But like I said, to me it's an outlet. Whether I post one video a day for a while and get bored and disappear, or if I post one video a week and I do that for a long time. Right now I have nothing else going on in my life, or pretty much nothing, but we'll leave it at nothing for now, because again, that's another video for another day where we delve a bit more into my life. So this has been Leil and Marie, and this has been BedCam. You can't see it, but I'm on a bed. Here's a pillow to prove it. Because I know if I keep posting videos, chances are a lot of them will be me with 1,000 chins slumped in bed, you know, making a 5-minute quick, I feel like shit, I look like shit, but here's my face sort of videos. So it's pretty much always going to be in bed or on bed. I'm on bed right now. It's been a long day. I am going to get in bed once I finish this video, and then I'm going to go to sleep, even though it's only 5 minutes past 5. Shit, the day has felt long, but not a bad day, not the worst day. Could have been better, could have been a lot worse. No, me, could have fucked up a lot worse. So hope to see you again. If anybody watches this, if anybody has any questions, you can ask me privately. I don't have to answer them here. I know there's a lot of sort of LGBT videos. I'm sure there's a lot of chronic pain and mental health YouTube videos as well. But just in case someone happens to see this and happens to want to ask me, then please ask me, and don't be alone, even if you feel it. Always reach out. So, mwah to everyone. I hope you all have a pleasant evening, day, night, morning, time of awakeness or time of night sleepness. And that's me out.